Hey YouTube, Kiraqualia here, bringing you guys my Cardfight Vanguard market price watch for July 2017. A lot of things have changed with the upcoming announce of set 12 and some other support, including the Bermuda Triangle set we have coming up in a couple weeks. So I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and give you guys a price update. So to start off, we have Dragonic Vanquisher. This card is confirmed support in set 12, so obviously for the hype of this card and its support would definitely go up in price. We're seeing triple rares of Dragonic Vanquisher being around 30 right now. He also has Stride and Voltage, and the rares are actually sticking around the $5 price range, and the triples are in the 15 to 20 range for Voltage. We're not seeing big change on those, mostly because people are probably guessing we're getting a new Stride and other support, so they want to see just what the ratios will be with Conquest Dragon and whatnot, but they still think Vanquisher will definitely be the basic main Stride, risking what the new Vanquisher will do if it'll be a subpar effect compared to the main version, like Fenrir was with the Genesis when it was revealed for set 11. Also, we have Vanargandr. We are receiving support for Genesis in set 11, so price increase. This card's now $20 was seen for this card, mostly because it is pretty generic in its effect. It's a basic stack effect, which you can make use of for easy soul blasts. So anyone who's looking to build Genesis, if you have these already, consider yourself lucky. Playset would stretch you probably around $80, but other than that, still pretty good, in affordable, reasonable price if you do need to still get them. Also, Rising Nova. This card, the Spike Brother deck has actually been doing pretty well because they have a rush form in which you run 4 Mecha Trainer, searching out the G-Guardians fast enough to get GB8, and then just pushing for game with the GB8 Gen Rare for Spike Brothers. So Rising Nova is your basic grade 3 that you run in the deck, so he jumped up to $30. This card is seeing that price now, and there's a pretty good trend going along with that and this card, so I could see this sticking around for as long as the deck remains powerful and popular enough. We'll also show in a little bit what Mecha Trainer has gotten up to. Gaia Emperor, this card, and Sage Big Belly have dropped in price since the hype from the Trinity Dragon and the set 10 booster packs has died down. People are looking for these less and less, I'd say, so they're now below the $20 range. I know both of these cards were at 30 at one point. Now we're seeing around 18 to 17 for these cards, which is reasonable now, affordable for the people that do want to pick these cards up. This card, however, is still remaining strong with Luard being a thing. Aurageyser Doom, it's the starting Stride for the deck, just for flipping up a card, very easy for GB2. $54 is the trend we're seeing, and it just goes up from there. This isn't even a buyout. We're just seeing that as the trend for people who want to put this card down for the cheapest price. So it's crazy. If you have this card, move it now. You know, probably gonna see some crazy prices, and if it does see a reprint in, like, let's say a revival collection upcoming up, it will affect the price. But if you do want to get rid of it for this price, get rid of it now, guaranteed. As for the Bermuda, School Etoile Olyvia, the Gen Rare version, is going for 70. I think we saw a buyout on this card. People just stocked up on it because it will probably be needed for most of the Bermuda decks as just a general staple card. For it, you know, it's pretty generic. It can be used in Choo Choo, Reet, Pacifica, all this stuff, just as a powerful play card for multiple attacks and extra critical on Vanguard. If you don't want the Gen Rares, you can go for the Rares. Those are still a chunk of $35 each as well. Crazy price there. Plus, this card is outprint. I know some people were hoping it would get a reprint in the Prismatic Diva pack, but sadly, it doesn't look like that happened. Pirate King of Redemption Dragut. This is the Gen Rare from Rummy Labyrinth under the Moonlight. Probably the most expensive non-Rummy or SP card in the pack. The Gen Rare. I haven't really seen too many of these pulled at my locals either, but still pretty penny card to have. If you don't have the Grand Blue deck, have this card. Good trade bait value right there for you. Ambush Demon Stealth Dragon Shirabaku Buster. This card actually surprised me, but when I thought about the other cards, I think Afonk is the only non-expensive Gen Rare from the Genius strategy. I still think Albatorandis, the Mega Colony Gen Rare, is around this price as well, but this one too, it has the Drive Check Rearguard effect, so it is pretty good, so I can see it, since it's also just a generic staple for Murakamo, sticking to this price, since I also think Tech Booster 2 is currently out of print as well. Glendios, this is another deck that's been seeing some pretty big hype. This card was lower, but now it is seeing a buyout on the site. So we're guessing a price between 15 and 20 for the Gen Rare Omega Loop Glendios. I didn't actually see what normal Glendios was. I don't think it's as much as this card, but the deck is popular, so people are calling for Omega Loops and normal Glendios for their decks. Another crazy card, Belial, $40, and this card did not see too big of a buyout. It's still available, but if you have these, get rid of them. And this is a crazy price, possibly be reasonable. I don't know if any of them have moved at this price or people just adjusted it for the fact. I still see locals with Raging Clash of the Blade Fang as well, so if you pull that out of your boxes, consider yourself lucky. But like I said, just crazy price for even a double rare at that. Same with Negro Lazy. Now, I think Transcension of Blade and Blossom is out of print, but it is staple with the Night Rose decks. And I could see, Seven Seas Rush seeing a decline in play just with their hit on the recent list. But, people still probably want to use Night Rose as best as they can. So maybe this might fluctuate down a little when the, deck is hit with the stand trigger to 1. We'll see where his price goes. As for, once again, I think Glendios support is, Cosmo Wreath, sticking at a good $19 price for the countercharge Perfect Guards. Pretty crazy there, but I've seen prices for Perfect Guards be that price again, but there's just one with that price. So after that, we're seeing a $30 range, which is pretty crazy still for these Perfect Guards. Spica, this card actually came out in a promo form, so much easier to get, but the double rares, $13 price. I'm sure people would rather stick with the common cards, easier $2 cards to get. Other than that, if you want your double rare, this is the price you'll have to go for. Same with just more Bermuda hype. Vert, this card has gone up and down depending on the support. When it was announced its Stride back in Blessings of Diva, it jumped up to this price. Prison support was announced in the latest pack, so it jumped up again. Probably see this price for a good while until the hype for the pack dies down again. Sicilus, this is the rare version of this card, $8. Royals are still going on the hype with the Blaster deck and Alt Mile support, so see this price range until after set 11 ends. Chappie the Ghosty as well is seeing an $8 range. Now, people probably would have thought you were crazy if they would have said this card ever reached this hype back in set 2 Vanguard, but it does see play with the deck, so I can be reasonable with this card, and it is difficult to get since it is a set 2 pack. And the last thing we'll be seeing is what I mentioned before with Spike Brother support, Mecha Trainer, $4 for these rares. If you have Mecha Trainers, go find them now. You can definitely get rid of them for these prices because people are looking for them for their decks. But yeah, that is it for this month's Market Price Watch. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Once again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And until next time, Kiraqualia out.